Reparations from slavery and black victimization is about to be shoved down our throats for the most ratchet holiday in America. BLM raised millions, but what did they do for black lives? It is outrageous to see people asking for reparations, even though they never went through slavery. These ungrateful people should be celebrated because they were born in the greatest nation to ever exist. Here's a tip. If you don't like America, get the f out.
Y'all, I'm not. This is not a joke. This is not a skit. This is on her page that she posted. So we have a Colombian immigrant who's running for public office in this country, talking down to black Americans.
I always throw down the American flag. I don't like waving it. Nope. So this Colombian immigrant named Valentina, if I'm not mistaken, whatever your name is, ma'am, whatever your name is, let me see. Yeah, Valentina Gomez. So she's a Republican. I think she live in misery, I think. Well, let me tell you something. You wouldn't be in this country if it wasn't for black Americans. You know, 4th of July. You know, they said, hey, if you help us defeat the British, we're going to get you out the plantation. Okay, the slaves, my black brothers and black sisters went out there and fought and defeated the British. And guess what? They put them back on the plantation. So I don't celebrate 4th of July. Maybe you Trump supporters do, you know. Blue Lives Matter, Police Lives Matter. Y'all turned the American flag into Blue Lives Matter. Y'all started that. You Trump supporters and white Republicans attached your white supremacists to the American flag. That's why I step on it. I should be teaching my nephews to use the bathroom on the American flag, because I step on it every day. But yeah, you guys are not complaining about Native American getting reparation. Y'all didn't complain at all. White Republicans are not complaining. Let me say this: the white Republicans are not complaining about illegal immigrants getting millions and thousands of dollars. So if you don't think black people deserve reparation, you are a white supremacy. Just to let you know. I know y'all gonna come, y'all move to a different country. Nope. I'm staying right here in America. I'm gonna continue to disrespect the flag and disrespect the national anthem. I step on the flag every day. I should be pissing on the flag by now, but I'm not moving to a different country. You can say that all you want to. You and your children could go suck a you know what. So I'm not moving to no different country. Nope. I don't care about you coming on video. So my response to you, if you tell me go move to Africa, go move to a different country, you and your mom and your children could go suck a you know what. Now, you racist MAGA Republicans, disrespected Tamir Rice. Today is birthday. Rest in peace, Tamir Rice. He got shot and killed for playing with a toy gun. So I'm not standing for the national anthem. Nope.
So Colin explained to everybody why he sat down.
Colin Kaepernick.
And he wants some changes made in America. He said he's not getting up ever again. But to really respond to Colin Kaepernick, we must go back in time when the Star Spangled Banner was written and even speak about the man himself that wrote it, Francis Scott Key. There was a verse that was taken out that nobody really knows about. There's a lot of reasons why black people shouldn't even sing that song. But let's go ahead and look at the history of this. Now, they said to understand the full Star Spangled Banner story, you have to understand the author. Now, Key was an aristocrat and a city prosecutor in Washington, D.C. He was like most enlightened men at the time, not against slavery. He just thought that blacks were mentally inferior. Masters should treat them with more Christian kindness. He supported sending free blacks, not slaves, back to Africa, and with a few exceptions, was about as pro-slavery, anti-black, and anti-abolitionist as you can get at the time. So the guy who wrote the Star Spangled Banner didn't like us like that, but yet we singing his song. of protected troops, emboldened by the victory in Bladensburg, then marched into Washington, D.C., burning the Library of Congress, the Capitol building, and the White House. You can imagine that Key was very much in his feelings, seeing black soldiers trampling on the city he so desperately loved. Now, did you know anything about the colonial Marines on the British side that was made up of runaway slaves? They didn't teach you that in school, right? Because they want to hide this sort of thing. Continuing. A few weeks later, in September of 1815, far from being a captive, Key was on a British boat begging for the release of one of his friends, a doctor named William Beans. Key was on the boat waiting to see if the British would release his friend when he observed the bloody battle of Fort McHenry in Baltimore on September 13, 1815. America lost the battle but managed to inflict heavy casualties on the British in the process. This inspired Key to write the Star-Spangled Banner. Right then and there, but no one remembers that he wrote a full third stanza decrying the former slaves who were now working for the British Army. This is the verse that we're talking about. And the verse goes like this: "Where is that band who vauntingly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion, a home and a country should leave us no more? Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps' pollution. No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. And the Star-Spangled Banner in triumph doth wave o'er the land of free and home of the brave." In other words, Key was saying that the blood of all former slaves and hirelings on the battlefield will wash away the pollution of the British invaders. With Key still bitter that some fight for their freedom, perhaps that's why it took almost 100 years for the song to become the national anthem. So, as you can see, Francis Scott Key didn't like black people. He was pissed off that the former slaves was trying to fight for their freedom with the British, and he wrote that third verse in glee of a lot of these soldiers being dead. So it makes us think a little different about singing the Star-Spangled Banner, right? The time that Alton Sterling and Philando Castile got killed, that shook me to the core to watch that. It had an emotional response from most people in black America. And then you want to get mad that a black person don't stand up and say, I feel that we being oppressed and being killed underneath this flag. Because let's call it what it is. The Confederate flag, the Confederate battle flag, it's been gone a long time ago. And yet under this flag, Jim Crow happened. Under this flag, all the lynchings, all the things that happened. So why are you mad? See, the thing is, we are more of an educated people now due to the internet, thank God. And we have been released from the lie. And now we have the truth. And that's why you're seeing this happen. The money still went to whatever place you bought it from. They ain't hurting that man on oppressed. His people aren't getting killed and to stand up for the freedoms and rights of his people. If this man is lying, prove him to be a liar that his people aren't oppressed. His people aren't getting killed and people getting paid vacations. And y'all is giving them hundreds of thousands of dollars on GoFundMe. If he's lying, just show how he's lying. But you know good and well he's not lying. And then they say, well, if he don't like in America, he can go to Africa. So basically what you're saying is, if he don't like the oppression, he don't like the murder, the discrimination, he don't like the celebration of black pain, misery, and death, because it is celebrated here in this country. If he doesn't like all that, then he needs to leave.
Yeah, so Valentina, yeah, Francis Scott Key was a racist, so do your research. And by the way, you don't support Tamir Rice, you don't support Corin Gaines, you don't support Ma'Khia Bryant, you don't support Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, Freddie Gray, Jalen Walker, Armand Arbery. You don't support them at all. Then I heard that Trump got a crush on Deborah Messing. Nah, I keep in my thoughts all the time. I love Deborah Messing. So I love any white person that doesn't have an issue with black people kneeling at the national anthem. Yep, I will teach my nieces and nephews not to stand for the national anthem. If a white Republican ever talk to them or speak to them, just be like, hey man, forget that national anthem and forget the American flag. I will not stand for the national anthem until black folks get treated equally in this country. Until then, we're not gonna stand. I'm not standing until Tamir Rice gets justice. I guess, so why not? But yeah, forget the American flag. Valentina Gomez, you suck. And you can go suck something. But anyway, I do want to become a famous rapper. You know. Y'all just hold tight. But yeah, black folks do not stand for the national anthem. Do not celebrate 4th of July. That's them racist folks' holidays. Them Donald Trump supporters, that's their holiday, 4th of July. Us the black folks celebrate Juneteenth, and shout out to any white person that support Juneteenth. Salute.